number two, I want you to think of this. Consider the fact that the best source of saving, is to have a mortgage. And every time you make that mortgage payment, whatever your mortgage payment is, when I bought my first home, my mortgage payment was $1,200 for that townhouse in Cambridge Heights. And so every time I put the $1,200 toward my mortgage, I looked at it as though I had just put $1,200 in the bank. I bought that house for $129,000. $129,000. The interest rates were ridiculous when I bought. But I didn't let that talk me out of it, because when we sold the house was $469,000. So not only was I helping my children grow and have the security of home ownership, grow up in a good neighborhood, be able to go to private schools, learn to feel comfortable talking to nuns. Sister Margaret Mary who was the principal of Cambridge Heights when the school, when my kids went there, they got to see a community, to have a backyard, to have friends that can knock on their door, and they can run up the street and knock on their door. And that's so important. Don't sleep on the value of that. It changes your child's security. And it changes your savings. And then if you pay off your house, now you have a house that's free and clear, and you can leave it to your children. But as an investor, I implore you to think a little differently about how you use your credit, your equity, and your time investing. So again, you want to talk to somebody who has done deals like that. This is one of the reasons we do our meetup, so we can speak to each individual and give them guidance to whatever they're trying to accomplish and connect them with the right people. So you can think of your home and the mortgage that you're paying as a source of savings. You're putting down a savings on every time you make the mortgage payment. And then number three, as I mentioned before, you are leaving your children a home free and clear. You're leaving them a home free and clear, and you're helping them to have a different sense of security. And I want you to think about this. Even politicians value people that own their homes. The IRS values you because you're paying taxes. Like, there's so many benefits that you're not even seeing or understanding when it comes to real estate and owning. I encourage you to do this. If you have 6 kids, one home is not enough, because let's say you're gonna, your kids grow up and now you sell that one home, and now the kids got to divide that home. It's not going to give them the same kind of financial start that people like Donald Trump got. He got a great start in life because his dad invested in a lot of real estate. So he was able to give his son $1 million. One of my best friends, his dad was able to give all his children millions of dollars, and he has 3 of them because he invested in a lot of real estate in downtown Broadway, New York. So if you have 3 kids, the minimum you want to leave each kid is 2 properties. 2 properties really changes their sense of security. And with 2 properties, if they have an emergency, they can pull the cash out of one or sell one and they still have the other. Now, having been in real estate 28 years, I wish I had held on to every piece of property I ever purchased. But, when the market changed, I sold a few. I had people want to give back some of the properties that I encouraged them to invest in. And now a lot of them regret it. I remember telling a young lady and her mom to purchase a 3-family. We were literally at the closing table. She closed, and then she had a 3-day rescission period, and her mom talked her out of that property. That property that she was buying for $330,000 is now worth almost $2 million. So you really want to kind of change your mindset when it comes to owning real estate. Now, I mentioned before, one of the things you want to look at, you're an investor. Most people that own a clothing line, Nene Leakes actually has her boutique not too far from my home, okay? And when I see Nene, she wears a lot of her own clothes. She doesn't have just one outfit from her own boutique. But people in real estate agents, real estate investors, unless you meet somebody like myself that encourages you to own a lot of real estate agents and investors, some of you don't have any real estate. And you may have just gotten started, so you don't have a game plan. But unless you speak to somebody that can give you a game plan, you're never going to walk toward that. I've never met a shoemaker that didn't have a lot of shoes. So I'm going to encourage you, as a real estate agent, you want to make sure that you are owning real estate. Be aware of what shows up in the market. One of the houses I was able to find just from looking at listings and what's on the market was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, a colonial home. It had a really nice long backyard, but it needed some work. It was very small. Well, I was able to open up the attic and put 2 more bedrooms up there and turn it into a 4-bedroom, 2-bath right in Springfield Gardens, New York. So when you're in real estate, whether you're an agent or an investor, be open to holding on to some of this stuff. I had a gentleman in Ellenwood at Georgia, literally from my marketing, tell me he wanted to get rid of the property. So I was able to get that property and rent it out. You want to make sure that as a real estate investor or an agent, you are opening your mind and your mindset, your goals, your dreams, your visions to owning real estate for yourself. And without a game plan to own, you won't do it. Without the right team, you won't do it. Some of the people I speak to, they say, well, I went to a mortgage broker and he told me that I can't buy right now. I said, well, then let me introduce you to a mortgage consultant so they can give you a game plan. I had a gentleman that I met when I went to speak and do business in Nigeria, and he said, I want to own. When I come to Maryland, I want to buy through you. But then he didn't want to get qualified because he said, I can go to Rocket, what is that, Rocket? Yes, Rocket Mortgage, and get a mortgage from them. And I said, okay, and here it is a year later, he had to come back and go to the person that I referred in the first place, because the thing with traditional lenders, including Rocket Mortgage and other, mortgage and savings and loans, they have a cookie cutter, a box, and if you don't fit into that box, they will say to you, go take these steps and keep it moving. They're not going to keep talking to you unless they're a real true salesperson. A real true salesperson is not somebody that's just going to say, listen, you need to buy, hurry up and buy. That's not a salesperson. That's a person that doesn't understand dealing with people. A true salesperson is going to say, okay, this is where you are in my 3 pots that I'm juggling. You are cold right now. I've got to help get you warmed up. So I'm going to tell you the steps you need to take, and if you're following these steps, then I can move you to being closer to being credit ready so that I can give you the mortgage. And again, the game plan works best when you have a team of people that have a lot of experience. I don't add anybody to my team that just got started and they have no people skills. They don't understand how to work with other people. They don't understand how to have a heart for the person that's trying to get the real estate or that has a real estate issue. The more you are that type of a person, the more deals you're going to do. But when you own real estate yourself and you see the huge benefits of having your own home and helping even your own family members own a home, and then helping your community and then spilling it out from there. As an investor, I think that we change the real estate community more than real estate agents do, because we can set different prices on properties. They go by whatever the market says. But investors, we can pay more or less because we have the cash. And so you may be watching me and saying, but Wendy, I don't have any cash. And if you don't get in the right community, you will stay not having the cash. I can literally buy $1 million home today. I can buy $1 million home in another month or so, but that doesn't mean that I'm literally taking $1 million of my own cash to do it. I have relationships that will give me the money for that. When you see people that are buying lots and lots of properties and they tell you they're working with a hedge fund is using somebody else's money. They're not using their own. Warren Buffett is not buying everything using his own money, but he has relationships that can do that. And that's one of the reasons I love doing this live training, is so that I can help you to come and join our community, and then you would have access to the people that I've built relationships. I have attorneys that I've been working with for 28 years. And they will, educate me on what the market is doing right now, how to do certain deals that we used to do one way 5 years ago, one way a month ago, and now we need to do it another way, to close this month. So it's very, very important to connect with people that have relationships. Number 5, the other thing that home ownership you have to look at to be ready to own is, as an investor, a wholesaler, your credit is not that important. It's really not. So I've had people say to me, I want to get in the yellow letter mentoring program, but my credit score is only 400. Well, yeah, you can join. If you have the full payment, or you can do, a softer, we offer you a payment plan if you choose one of those. That's all that really matters. We will talk to you about your credit to help you get credit worthy. But to wholesale, your credit is not that important. Even fixing and flipping, even to buy a property with other partners, there's something called creative financing. So be open to that, but you won't get those type of deals because there's people that tell me creative financing doesn't exist. There's too many people in the market. And when I tell them, well, that I'm so glad I don't know that, because I've been able to get deals from people for, different amounts of money and different types of programs that are available. It's all about terms that you can come up with that are agreeable with you and the seller. And again, having the right team will help you to do that. But while you're able to get these type of deals, why not use the profit to get your credit in order, to speak to the right people so you can get your credit lines, your business credit in order? Because again, real estate market is changing. Whether Donald Trump stays president again or there's a new president, the market is either going to change drastically if we have a new president, or it's going to change slightly if we have the same president. It's not going to remain the same. So you want to be educated so that you can continue to do real estate in whatever the market is doing. Real estate is cyclical. It's up and down. It's up and down. The interest rates go up, they go down. The housing market, the price goes up and it goes down. Your goal is to continue to grow and self-improve so that you can help whatever customers that you get, clients that you get, buyers that you get. And then last but not least, while you have a job, it's the best time to see how you can purchase a home before you leave your job, because you now are doing so well with your real estate investing. You still can buy a home with your real estate investing, but one of the things I like to do with the people that I'm mentoring is teach them all of this, put them in front of the right people so they have a game plan. So no matter what the market does, they're ready for the market no matter what it's doing. Last but not least, I mentioned when we got started that some of you already own property. And I speak to women that say, I have a home, but I'm behind in my mortgage. Well, you want to talk to somebody like myself, like Anthony, like Shannon, professionals that have been in the industry for a while, that have relationships, so we can guide you and share with you, excuse me, some of the things that you can do to either catch up your mortgage, get a short sale, refinance. There's so many opportunities that you may not be aware of because you're focusing on the issue and you don't know you have a few solutions. Some people say, well, I have a home, but it needs a lot of repairs. You too are somebody that can get help because there's programs that can help you get cash excuse me, to do your repairs. And then there's people that are on this call or that are going to watch this on replay, and you're saying, I have a property, but I'm going to be relocated. I've actually had people call me and say, I need to leave in 3 days. And or I've had people say, I put my property with Duffy Realty and it didn't sell because they charge a very low fee, and but they promised me it would sell and it didn't sell and I need to leave now. You're always going to have people that want to talk to human beings with experience in the industry that can offer them opportunities that other people can't. So if you need to relocate, you too need to have the right team of people to help you get out of that situation. I have people saying, I'm going through a divorce. I need to sell this house real quick and give him his half. Or some people say, I just need to get rid of this house. I can't take the memories in it. He or she's not getting anything out of it, but I just don't want the memories. So there's all kinds of issues. And again, I say to you, you want to speak to a group, especially as a real estate agent investor. I'm often shocked at how some people come to me and they have like 3-4 properties, but they have no money. They can't maintain the house they live in because they don't really understand the concept of real estate investing. A real estate investor is somebody that makes money off real estate. They use their credit, they use their money, they get educated, they have a mentor, they have sometimes more than one mentor, they have a marketing plan, they have a self-improvement plan. There's a few pieces to becoming a successful real estate investor. And again, one of it is to make sure that you own a home yourself. I try to teach on this topic at least every 6 months because people can watch the last teaching I did on it over and over and over, but I think it's an important topic. Most people get into real estate and they focus on, I can't even pay my rent. I got into real estate so I could make some money. Or, I need to pay my car note. Or I hate my job. I need to leave my job. Those are not whys. Those are circumstances. You need whys to help you move to the next level. So if you say to yourself, my why is if I put my family in their own home, it will change things for them. If I were to, save the home we have, it will change things for them. If I were to get my first duplex or 4-family, what a huge difference the income and the understanding of real estate ownership my family would have. That will change things for you. So again, I encourage you to watch this video again and take some notes and give yourself a game plan. There is nothing like coming home and you're in your own home and your family members can come in and out and make noise in the background like my granddaughter did. She would not have that opportunity if I didn't do the same thing for her mom when her mom was at her age. So I just implore you, talking as somebody who, again, who did it, and now I'm looking back and my team is even bigger and better than when I first got started. Make your why helping your family live in a better home than they're in right now. The best community you can get into, the best down payment, the best programs, the best, don't limit yourself. Be able to go out and own property. I hope you got something out of today's teaching. And as I always say, if anything that I said to you spoke to your spirit, I encourage you to go over to the Yellow Letter Mentoring Facebook page, like that page. What happens is once we do a training, my video team will take the training and add some things to it, and they sometimes splice it up into part 1 and part 2, and you'll be able to see it on the yellowlettermentoring.com and also our YouTube channel as well. And if you're not following me already on Instagram, please follow me at Wendy Lovejoy Trainings. I put little, hacks and snippets of things that I think will help you do your real estate business differently. There's a system and a process to real estate investing, and all of it does not take $60,000 up front. Maxing out all your credit cards. You don't have to do all of that if you have a game plan. But I promise you, if you don't invest some sort of money into your business, and I'm not talking about hundreds of thousands, you're going to put in some sweat equity, a lot of sweat equity. And so I'm trying to help you to balance it out so that, you can still enjoy the journey as you grow into who you have to become. Last but not least, as I mentioned, you can follow us at Wendy Lovejoy Trainings on Instagram, and I encourage you to go over to the website, www.yellowlettermentoring.com. And there is a place there that if you want to, schedule a get to know you call. I'm not going to sell you on anything. I had a young lady I spoke to last night, and she was surprised when I told her, if I'm not the right coach for you, go find somebody else, because I'm a stickler and you got to do the work. If you're not going to do the work, I'm not the right person for you. Most people will just figure out how they can get you to turn over whatever cash you have. And that's not what I'm looking for. I want to see results. It warms my heart when I see a woman and their life has changed because they followed a system and a process in real estate, and they began to dream bigger for themselves, and now they opened it up to their children. So again, go over to the website, schedule a get to know you call, and let me know where you are in your real estate right now, and I'll be happy to give you a game plan. That young lady, even though I told her that, I was able to give her a game plan that's going to get her through a few parts of her journey, and a few steps to help her with the deal that she's trying to do. Our goal is to always to hear what this young lady said to me yesterday. My God, you've given me so much information. I wish I had recorded this call, because you just gave me so much information, and nobody's done that. So, that's our goal. Go over to the yellowlettermentoring.com and then, schedule your get to know you call. And it takes about 30 minutes, and you'll have a game plan. And if we're a good fit, we'll work together. And if we're not a good fit, we'll direct you to people that can help you to get to where you're going. My name is Wendy Lovejoy, Wendy Williams Lovejoy, if you're buying my books. And I am the founder of the yellowlettermentoring.com. I look forward to seeing you in any one of the platforms that I just shared with you. Talk to you soon, everybody. Go out there and make it happen. Own a home. And if you want any more help on that topic, reach out to me. I'll be able to connect you with people no matter where you are, including South Africa. I can connect you with people there, Nigeria, all over the United States. I can connect you with the right person to help you take your business to the next level or your home ownership to the next level. Bye, everybody.
Wanting some more cause I'm moving it hard like this. Oh, nah, 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 and I tell them again, they be calling my phone like this. They know that it's hot